Welcome to our culinary journey through Portugal, you hungry lot. Listen up, because we're about to dive into a world of bold flavors and incredible dishes. We're talking food so good, it'll make you want to book a one-way ticket to Lisbon. Get ready to tantalize your taste buds, because Portugal is about to show you what real cooking is all about. Forget those sad, soggy sandwiches. We're talking about food with passion, history, and enough flavor to make your head spin. So loosen your belts, grab a napkin, and get ready to explore the heart and soul of Portuguese cuisine. From sweet treats to savory sensations, we're about to uncover the secrets of these culinary masterpieces. And trust me, you don't want to miss a single bite. First up, we're hitting Viana do Castelo, home of the legendary Torta de Viana. This ain't your nan's pound cake, no siree. This delicate beauty is a testament to Portuguese baking, a symphony of flavor and texture that'll make you weep. Imagine a sponge cake so light it practically floats off the plate. And that filling? Don't even get me started. Rich, decadent egg yolk cream, smooth as silk and bursting with flavor. The nuns who created this masterpiece back in the 16th century knew what they were doing, and thank God for that. They've been perfecting this recipe for centuries, and trust me, you can taste the history in every bite. Alright, you lot, you've had your sweet fix. But the Portuguese culinary adventure doesn't stop there. Now we're diving headfirst into Lisbon's best-kept secret, the Bolo de Arroz. This ain't your average muffin, oh no. This little beauty is light, airy, and practically melts in your mouth. Made with rice flour, it's a gluten-free dream. But don't think for a minute that means it's lacking in flavor. It's got a delicate sweetness that's perfectly balanced. And that texture? It's like biting into a cloud. Listen up, you donkey. We're about to dive into the world of Portuguese custard tarts, a realm where tradition meets indulgence. But don't think for a minute that all tarts are created equal. Each tart tells a story, a tale of its own. We're talking about Pastéis de Nata, those little bites of heaven found all over Portugal. These tarts are not just desserts, they are a cultural icon. But then you've got the dawn of all tarts, the Pastéis de Belém. These are the crème de la crème, the pinnacle of pastry perfection. They're made in Belém, a suburb of Lisbon, a place where history and flavor intertwine. And let me tell you, they're in a league of their own. The texture, the taste, the experience, it's unparalleled. The queues outside the bakery in Belém are legendary, a testament to their unmatched quality, stretching longer than the bloody River Tagus. People wait for hours, and it's worth every second. People flock from all corners of the globe just to get a taste of these little beauties. And why? Because they offer a taste of heaven on earth. Because they're bloody brilliant, that's why. Each bite is a symphony of flavors, a dance of textures. Now, the recipe for both Pastéis de Nata and Pastéis de Belém is a closely guarded secret, a treasure trove of culinary wisdom. Passed down through generations like a sacred oath, these recipes are the heart and soul of Portuguese pastry. But what I can tell you is this: the magic begins with the ingredients. It all starts with a crisp, flaky puff pastry, a foundation that sets the stage for greatness, that practically melts in your mouth, leaving you craving for more. And then there's the filling. Oh, the filling. It's a creamy custard dream made with eggs, sugar, and milk. Eggs, the golden yolks that give it richness. Sugar, that adds the perfect sweetness. And milk, that brings it all together. All blended together with a touch of magic. And when it bakes, it transforms into something extraordinary. It creates this beautiful caramelized top that's just begging to be devoured. The contrast of textures is simply divine. Each bite is a journey, a moment of pure bliss. So next time you find yourself in Portugal, don't miss out on this iconic treat. It's more than just a pastry, it's an experience. Alright, you lot, let's talk pork. And not just any pork, we're talking about Leitão, the king of all roast pig dishes. This is what you get when you take a suckling pig, rub it down with a blend of garlic, salt, pepper, and lashings of olive oil, and then slow roast it to perfection in a wood-fired oven. Now, the Portuguese take their pork seriously, especially in the Alentejo region. This place is like the Texas of Portugal, wide open spaces, scorching hot summers, and a passion for cooking meat low and slow over an open fire. And the result? A thing of beauty, the skin, oh that skin, it's like crackling on steroids. Crispy golden brown and seasoned to perfection. And the meat underneath? It's so tender it practically melts in your mouth. But here's the kicker. You don't just slap this pig on a plate and call it a day. No, you serve it up with a side of crispy roasted potatoes, a fresh salad to cut through the richness, and maybe a glass of Portuguese red wine if you're feeling fancy. The Alentejo region is not just known for its pork, but also for its stunning vineyards and rich wine culture. The tradition of roasting a pig is often a family affair, with recipes passed down through generations. It's a celebration, a feast that brings everyone together, from grandparents to grandchildren. The secret to the perfect Leitão lies in the seasoning. Fresh garlic, aromatic herbs, and a touch of Portuguese flair. And of course, the wood-fired oven, which imparts a unique smoky flavor that you just can't replicate in a regular oven. When it's finally time to carve the pig, the anticipation is palpable. Each slice reveals layers of flavor and tenderness. Don't forget the traditional Portuguese bread, perfect for soaking up all those delicious juices. The meal is more than just food. It's an experience, a moment to savor and share with loved ones. As the sun sets over the Alentejo countryside, you realize that this is more than just a meal. It's a slice of Portuguese culture, a taste of tradition, and a memory that will linger long after the last bite. So next time you're in Portugal, make sure to indulge in a pig roast fit for a king. You won't regret it. Right, you lot. Enough with the sweet stuff. It's time to crank up the heat and talk about Portuguese chicken, or as they call it in Portugal, Frango. But we're not talking about your grandma's bland roast chicken. This is Frango piri-piri, and it's got a kick that'll blow your socks off. We're talking about succulent, juicy chicken, marinated in a fiery blend of olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, oregano, paprika, ginger, and the star of the show, piri-piri peppers. These little red devils pack a serious punch, so if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. Now, the Portuguese take their piri-piri chicken very seriously. They grill it over charcoal, which gives it this incredible smoky flavor that you just can't replicate in a regular oven. And don't even get me started on the churrasqueras, those open-air barbecue pits where they grill up mountains of piri-piri chicken. The aroma alone is enough to make your mouth water. Listen up, you lot. We're about to dive into a Portuguese classic that's perfect for those of you who like a bit of adventure. The Bifana is not just a sandwich, it's an experience, a journey through the rich culinary traditions of Portugal. Imagine this. You're cycling through the stunning Portuguese countryside, the rolling hills and picturesque landscapes stretching out before you, the sun on your face, warming your skin and lifting your spirits, the wind in your hair, adding a refreshing touch to your journey. You've worked up an appetite, haven't you? All that pedaling and fresh air has made you hungry for something hearty and satisfying. That's where the Bifana comes in. This isn't just any sandwich, it's a culinary masterpiece. This isn't some dainty little sandwich for those faint of heart. It's robust, flavorful, and packed with goodness. We're talking thinly sliced pork chops, each piece meticulously prepared to ensure maximum flavor, marinated to perfection in a tangy mix of white wine, which adds a depth of flavor that's simply irresistible. Lemon juice, adding a zesty kick, and bay leaf, infusing the meat with a subtle aromatic essence, and a kick of paprika, giving it that extra bit of spice that makes your taste buds dance. It's enough to make your mouth water, just thinking about it. The anticipation builds as you watch it being prepared. And don't think for a minute this masterpiece is served on some limp, soggy bread. No, it deserves better. It's nestled in a crusty papo seco roll, a traditional Portuguese bread that's perfect for holding all that juicy goodness. Sturdy enough to hold all that juicy goodness without falling apart. It's the perfect vessel for this flavorful filling. This is a sandwich that demands respect, a true testament to Portuguese culinary prowess. Just like those mountain trails you've been conquering. So pack your bags, grab your water bottles, and get ready for an adventure. And don't forget the Bifana. It's the perfect companion for your journey, providing the energy and satisfaction you need. It's the perfect fuel for adventurers and food lovers alike. Whether you're exploring new trails or just enjoying a meal with friends, the Bifana is always a good choice. And trust me, after a long day of exploring, there's nothing better than sinking your teeth into this delicious sandwich. You'll devour this bad boy faster than you can say Portugal. So next time you're in Portugal, make sure to try a Bifana. It's an experience you won't forget. All right, you hungry lot, brace yourselves because we're about to delve into a dish that's not for the faint of heart. This is the Portuguese Francesinha, a sandwich so monstrous, so ridiculously delicious, it'll make your head spin. Forget those dainty little tea sandwiches. This is a culinary beast. Picture this, a thick slice of bread, or even better, multiple layers of it, piled high with a carnivore's dream team. Roasted beef, savory ham, spicy sausage, chorizo bursting with flavor, and a mountain of melted cheese. And we're just getting started. Now we're not talking about some measly sprinkling of cheese here. This masterpiece is absolutely smothered in a blanket of melted golden goodness, grilled to perfection until it's bubbly and browned. But wait, there's more. Just when you thought it couldn't get any more decadent, we drowned this glorious creation in a spicy tomato and beer sauce. Yes, you heard me right, beer. It's a flavor combination that'll send your taste buds on a wild ride. Right, you lot, get those bibs ready. We're heading south to the Algarve, a region blessed with sunshine, stunning beaches, and a seafood stew that'll blow your bloody mind, the Cataplana. Now, this isn't your average fish stew simmered in a boring old pot. Oh no, the Cataplana is a culinary showstopper, cooked and served in a unique copper pot that looks like something out of a pirate's treasure chest. It's a thing of beauty, and the food inside is even better. We're talking about a symphony of fresh, local seafood, succulent monkfish, tender octopus, plump prawns, maybe even some dogfish if you're feeling adventurous. And it doesn't stop there. We're adding chunks of potato, ripe tomatoes bursting with flavor, peppers, onions, garlic, and a generous glug of white wine for good measure. But here's the kicker, a splash of brandy and a touch of fiery piri-piri to really get those taste buds tingling. It's a flavor explosion that'll transport you straight to the sunny shores of the Algarve. Right, you lot, listen up. We're about to tackle Portuguese cod, a dish so iconic it makes those Eiffel Tower keychains look like yesterday's chips. This ain't about fancy techniques or Michelin star plating. It's about respecting quality ingredients and letting them shine. We're talking about perfectly cooked flaky cod, seasoned to perfection. None of that rubbery, overcooked nonsense I've seen on some of those cooking shows. This fish deserves respect, you hear me? And don't even think about drowning it in a sea of sauce. A drizzle of olive oil, a sprinkle of paprika, that's all you need to let the flavors sing. Serve it up in a rustic cast iron skillet. Hit it with some fresh parsley, and you've got yourself a dish that'll have them begging for seconds. Honestly, it's so good, it'll make you want to slap your mama. All right, enough with the fancy seafood. Let's get back to basics with a hearty bowl of Caldo Verde. This Portuguese classic is like a warm hug on a cold day, full of rustic charm and simple, honest flavors. We're talking about humble ingredients here. Potatoes, onions, garlic, and the star of the show, couve galega, a leafy green that'll make your spinach look like it's been through the ringer. Don't worry if you can't find it though. Cabbage or kale will do in a pinch. Now this soup is all about layering those flavors. Start with a good quality olive oil, sweat down those onions and garlic until they're sweet and caramelized, then add your potatoes and broth. Let it simmer until the potatoes are falling apart. Then blitz it all up until it's smooth and creamy. Finally, stir in your chopped greens and let them wilt slightly. You want them to still have a bit of bite, not turn into mush. Season it up with salt and pepper, and you're good to go. Well, there you have it, you lot. A culinary journey through Portugal that's left you hungry for more. Or you're about as useless as a chocolate teapot. From the sweet indulgence of Torta de Viana to the hearty warmth of Caldo Verde, Portuguese cuisine is a testament to simple, fresh ingredients and bold, vibrant flavors. Remember, cooking isn't about following recipes blindly. It's about understanding the techniques, respecting the ingredients, and most importantly, having a bloody good time in the kitchen. So get out there, explore new flavors, and don't be afraid to experiment. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be cooking up a storm that'll even impress a grumpy old sod like me. Until then, happy cooking.